Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here in the lovely World of Raccoons with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! And in this episode, you guys, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing in this episode, so let's go ahead and grab our book and quill. I think I'm going to have to rename this with an anvil as my to-do list, so then I know that this is what I am looking for when I'm in need of it. So, Episode 7 to-do list. Begin spring cleaning, and then also, if we have enough time to, we're going to do some landscaping over by Darcy Farms, which is what we created in the previous episode, and in the event that you missed it, then I encourage you to go check it out, because we got our build on quite a lot throughout that episode, more times than I intended to. But we're going to be doing some spring cleaning, and that is because, well, upon the recording of this video, the 20th of March 2017, it is now officially spring. Woo! And I thought, you know what, since I spent this weekend IRL doing a little spring cleaning around the house and within the office and such, I thought I would go ahead and do so as well here in the lovely World of Raccoons. But there really doesn't appear to be that much we have to do in regards to cleaning. But you know what? I think what I want to do is, since I'm a builder in this amazing game that is the Minecraft, I tend to need certain resources at certain times. And I think what I want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and create small little storage pods. I think they're called pop-up pods or something like that. If anyone knows what I'm trying to say, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. It's like those little portable storage pods that people can rent and then also easily relocate, even if they don't have a truck and they have a car. Although if you have a bicycle, I don't think you're going to be able to move it. But I want to go ahead and begin to lay some of those down, and then when I bring it back, we'll continue to do some spring cleaning, and I'll see you guys then. I can't place my finger on it, but there appears to be something fairly interesting when it comes to the top quality player heads that are scattered around this medium-sized crop farm. If anyone is able to guess correctly in the comments down below, not only will I like your comment to confirm you guessed it correctly, but you'll win a special prize that will be featured in the next World of Raccoons Let's Play. But let's go ahead and take a look now as to what I've done in regards to doing our spring cleaning and also laying down some little portable storage pods that can hold some resources if we need them on the fly. Also, I went ahead and just took some more top quality player heads and laid them around the small crop farms that we have right down here, and I even placed them on top of the fence post, so that way once we're done tending to our crops, we can go ahead and store them away, and then we can just go ahead and grab our waterer and then give the plants some water. Well, we'll have to use something called our imagination when doing that. But yeah, so this is what I did for my portable storage pods. It's something simple, it's something relatively easy that you can do in your own worlds or on a server that you're playing on. So let me go ahead and just pick this up, and as you can tell, right beneath that chest we have a crafting chest table, and I know it's a little hard to see and it may be even out of the way, but if I need to craft anything, then all I'll have to do is go ahead, prop open a trapdoor, and then right click, and then boom. Or if I really want to look like a complete street performer, I'm not going to say a freak, I'm going to just say a street performer, because that makes me feel a little bit better about doing this. I'll just go ahead and hop on top of the chest here, and then if I can't, can I do it? There we go. I'll go ahead and right click on the crafting chest table just beneath it and then craft up whatever I need to. But I also went ahead and then placed a few of the portable storage pods over here as well, because, well, we're going to begin to do some landscaping over by Darcy Farms, and I'm going to have to actually shave some of the leaf blocks off of these dark oak trees because I need more dark oak leaves. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll bring it back and we'll do a little bit of landscaping on camera. So I'll see you guys in a moment. That looks really weird. What's going on there? Well, peeps, I resolved that minor issue with the chunks loading off in the distance. All I did was I had to log out of the lovely World of Raccoons and then simply log back in, and then boom, everything is back to normal. Well, at least for this world. So, when it comes to doing some landscaping, what I want to do is just in several locations within Darcy Farms is place down dark oak leaves on top of the layer that we already have that composes the hedges, so to speak. And the reason why is because, well, these moo-moos like to climb around. And when I say they like to climb around, I mean they love to climb around. So much as to when they decide to come down from their climbing sprees, they end up trampling all over the wheat. And considering the fact that moo-moos, at least here in Minecraft, thrive on the wheat to not only repopulate, but also to just fill their empty stomachs when they are hungry, I thought I would go ahead and help them in preserving their food. Now, what I'm doing right now is where we have one single source of water is where I'm going to be scattering at the least 9 individual seeds, and that is so then when I harvest the wheat that is fully mature after they've grown, I can then roll them up and create some hay bale ball bales, and that will make storing them away a little easier, at least in my opinion it will. So what I want to do here is I just want to finish tapering this off, although right here I could probably get away with just having that one single dark oak leaf. It's not like the moo-moos when they climb up here, they'll be able to leap over one block space and make it to the next dark oak leaf and then fall down from there. Although, I think the moo-moos are starting to take advantage of the quote-unquote semi-free roam part of their pasture. So either we're gonna have to round up the beef, or we may have to get grandma and ask her where's the beef, because they're gonna appear on the back of a milk carton. What? Who said that? I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. So let's just go ahead and finish up the planting of our crops right here. So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can go ahead and do 7. I don't want it to be too far from the water source because I'm not entirely sure then if the land will still be saturated or hydrated, I think is the word I want to say, not saturated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then let's just go ahead and place a 9th right there. And then to prevent any moo-moos from stampeding or falling down, I should say, onto the crops right there, we're just going to go ahead and taper it off like this. And then why don't we go ahead and just remove these 2 leaf blocks right there. Now the reason why I want to have this one individual dark oak leaf right there is because I want to try and create some intricate looking hedges. Maybe even have a little archway. Let's go ahead and see if we can test this now. So we'll go ahead and do something like that. And then we'll go ahead and do it again right here. So let's go ahead and hop down, because I want this to not only look like okay, this is where moo-moos are going to be semi-free roaming at, and then they obviously have the crops, but I want this to look impressive at least. I want it to look pretty, shall we say. So why don't we go ahead and just pillar up right here. And this could be a little interesting to do because we're going to create an archway that is going on an angle. And if I have to, yeah, we're gonna do something like that, and then we're gonna just do that, connect it like that. I think this looks fairly nice. We're gonna have to use something called our imagination to just pretend that this looks a little more impressive than it does already. But since it's getting to be dusk, I'm gonna go ahead and rush into the nitwit's house right there, lay my head to rest, make it the day, do some more landscaping off camera, and I'll see you guys in a moment. I know it's not on our to-do list, but considering the fact that pretty much the landscaping job that I wanted to do here at Darcy Farms is overall completed, I thought I would go ahead and sneak into this episode a little building on camera segment. So let's just go ahead and grab our resources, and we're going to place down another layer of cobblestone just like that, but some of those blocks may not stay there forever. Some of them may be there for only temporary purposes. But let's just go ahead and now swap out our dark oak slabs for the dark oak planks. And I kind of want this roof to be a little uneven in regards to the slope gradually going up, but then let's actually go ahead and pillar up once more, and that's not what I wanted to throw down on the bar. But then we're gonna go ahead and have it just immediately drop down on this side. And the inspiration for this build came from something that I had seen at the park over the weekend when I went out for a walk, because it was a fairly beautiful day. It wasn't snowy, even though we had that huge nor'easter swarm through here. It was Winter Storm Stella, I think is what it was called, but I can't really recall at the top of my head. Actually, yes, it was Stella, because that is the name of my first car that one of my teachers from high school was so kind and cool to name for me. Because I had, when I got my car, it's a 1996 Subaru station wagon Outback, whatever the proper terminology is. I was like, hey, this is my, my first car. What should I name it? And then she said, I'm going to name it for you, and it's going to be called Stella. And I was like, okay. So, but yeah, when I went for a walk through the park over the weekend, I saw this one structure, and I thought, you know what, that would be pretty cool to rebuild in Minecraft, or at least when it comes to building something fairly similar to it. And I think, at least to me, this looks fairly similar to it. Now, right where we have these cobblestone stairs, I think I'm going to actually leave an empty block space above them, and I'm just going to let that be a little window space. But then again, it's facing the wall, so why don't we go ahead and just, I do want to have some windows in this structure, but I don't want them to be too revealing, although right here we have these slabs on the upper half block space, so I don't think we're actually going to be able to have a window right there. So like a cheap rug, I lie. But let's go ahead and begin to sprinkle in some cobblestone stairs, just so we can have a little touch of aesthetic detail implemented into this build. And we're going to just do something like that, and I'm going to do my best to try and just scatter them around so that they're a little random, nothing too particular. But let's just finish it up with that, and then yeah, let's go ahead and try it. So we're gonna knock out that cobblestone block and then these two slabs, and we're just gonna place the one cobblestone stair upside down just like that. And I like that little nook that we have right there. I think that looks really cool, at least. And then, just again to apply a little more aesthetic detail, why don't we go ahead and place down some cobblestone walls? And then we'll even place one down right here, and this is just to give the structure a little weathering look to it. So then we can say, like, okay, this has been here for a little while now, and not only have the moo-moos bumped into it a few times, but also Mother Nature is beginning to take its course and let it crumble down a little bit. So like I said, I want this slope to sort of just drop down, as opposed to this one. It's just on this side, the slope is gradually going upwards, and I think that is going to do it for this build. Now, I want this to just be a small little place where I can go ahead and store my food that I have gathered. So I am going to do just that, because actually, right where we have one of the portable storage pods right here is where I've been dumping all of my other resources at. But you know what? This is what I want them to be like. I'm not going to really organize them or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and lay down my resources that I don't want to carry on me at the moment inside of here. And then either in between recording segments or let's plays, I can go back and just quickly retrieve them and then place them back in their respective places. However, you know what? Let's just go ahead and run along the walls and now run along the hedges that we have here. And I think what we can do to just finish up the landscaping is get some bone meal and do a bit of a bone job around the place. And maybe even scatter down a few more leaf blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. And when I bring it back, we're most likely going to conclude this episode. So I'll be right back with ya. Goodbye. If I do say so myself, Darcy Farms is starting to look just a little bit better than it already did. Not that it didn't look good already. But as you can tell, on the bar we have some andesite blocks along with some mossy cobblestone. And I thought I would go ahead and just sprinkle them within the build just for the sake of variation. Now I'm not going to sprinkle them around too much because I want to try and apply a little touch of realism if I can, because whether you're new to the channel or you've been around and you just may have forgotten, yeah boy, I gotta stop saying that because I feel dirty when I say that. I like to just go ahead and apply a little realism into my builds ever so often. It's something that would actually, in hindsight and in retrospect, it's something that would hold me back from getting my build on because I would begin to overthink and analyze things. But considering the fact that now I feel a lot better when I'm sitting down at the desk and recording these videos for you all and I'm not doing said thing, I at least think, every once in a while, just getting into that mindset of trying to apply a little realism won't hurt anything. But that's just me at least. So overall, as you can tell, we went ahead and did a bone job and also just continue to tidy up the place a little more so it looks a little more impressive upon entry. But I think that is going to do it for this episode. So with that all being said, thank you all ever so much for tuning in. And before I forget, once again, as I stated in the previous episode, I now have my own Discord server. Link for it is going to be in the description section down below. So if you want to join an awesome community and also chat with yours truly, then you can go ahead and do so. And also, if I need help with producing or creating a new video, whether it be for Minecraft or any other gameplay content that is here on the channel, then I will go there first. And then, as always in the video, I will give credit where credit is due. So with that all being said, thank you all ever so much for tuning in, and if you enjoyed this episode, then leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, well, I invite you to check out the rest of it. But don't forget to turn on notifications when subscribing. That way you will then be notified when future Minecraft and other gameplay content is uploaded by yours truly, Vanillaraccoon. But I'd like to wish you all a happy day and happy first day of spring, and peace out.